Hey, what's going on, guys? Killer D here with another Bleach Mortal Souls video, and today there is gonna be a soul box. I'm glad it's a soul box. I'm really excited it's a soul box because we had 3 summons back to back, and I know a lot of us wanted these characters. We wanted How to Fight Ichigo, we wanted Ukiyo Resurrection, and then Halibel Resurrection. We wanted those, so I'm glad that it's a soul box because honestly, I want to save up some tokens for the next summon. It is gonna be Zalaporo. I really thought it was going to be this time because when they said coming soon, I was like, oh man, are they going to give us another summon back to back to back to back? But thank God it's a soul box because I can save my tokens for that one. And then most likely they're going to do, I'm trying to think, now that they unlock these 2 characters, the next 2 characters for the soul box is most likely going to be Noitora and Ukiyo, unless they're going to put in Ukiyo and Halibel, which hopefully I kind of hope that it's Zalaporo and Halibel, even though Zalaporo does look kind of nice. He does look kind of interesting. He does look like he might be useful, and especially in the PvE like boss setting, he looks like he could be useful. That's why I'm thinking about definitely getting him 4-star. I'm going to test him out to see how much damage we can increase for the entire team. But yeah, this is going to be the soul box, guys. It's going to be How to Fight Ichigo and then Grimmjow's Resurrection form. These 2 are going to be Soul Hall characters, like leaders. So it's really up to you if you want to get them or not. Honestly, I probably might get one. And yeah, I don't know. I might get one, maybe the other. I'm not too sure. They both look semi-decent. So if we're looking over at Grimmjow right now, for his awakened weapon deals damage to a column enemy with 40% chance to rage, 40% chance to reduce the rage of targets by 100, so that didn't change. And then it says, so the next thing that the change is, during the next 2 enemies' turns, if the targets have finished their action, their rage is reduced by 220. So you're essentially going to be able to reduce it by close. If you proc that 40%, you're going to be able to reduce rage by 540, which is a lot. That's a lot of rage right there. And it's saying it's going to be 220 one turn, 220 the next turn. So that's pretty nice. Let's see. If their rage is reduced to 0 in this way, which if somebody uses their rage and then you reduce their rage by 220, more than likely you're going to be able to proc that damage. That's the way I'm reading it right now. If the rage is reduced by 0 in this way, they take damage equal to 8% of their total health. Otherwise, their rage recovery rate is reduced by 15% for 1 round. Increase Grimmjow's critical hit damage by 50% for 2 rounds. Using this skill guarantees a mastery skill in the next round. Let's see if that mastery skill is already in there. No, it's not. So that's pretty nice. I think it's nice being able to proc a mastery skill right away. Mastery skill for this guy, it is going to guarantee a crit, and then that rage is going to guarantee 50% more damage on that. So that's nice. You know, with him, I feel like him is a crit Warsoul is going to be perfect for him. Just because you're going to be able to boost that crit damage with that mastery skill. That rage is going to be able to proc a mastery skill damage or a mastery skill right after, so it's going to be doing some insane damage. And then yeah, you're going to be able to reduce rage, which is pretty nice. I know it's a column, so some people might be, well, like, it's a column, you know, it's only going to be hitting 2 people. You know, you probably want an AoE, but if it was an AoE, that'd be crazy. Being able to reduce 540 rage, like possibly for everyone, that's insane. But I'm trying to see where I can use him, man, because I don't know, I haven't used him at all. I've been keeping my team the same. And then let's check out that when attacking enemies whose rage is lower than his own, Grimmjow deals additional damage. So that's nice because that's going to kind of go hand in hand together. When Grimmjow's health falls below 50% for the first time, his rage recovery is permanently increased by 80%. This is something I gotta test out. At the start of battle, Grimmjow's critical hit damage is permanently increased by 10% for each white tiger on the field. I think I might go for him, honestly, because it's really hard, tough decision between him and How to Fight Ichigo. But I might go for him because I do want to make a white tiger formation. I've kind of been sleeping on it. I've been kind of focused more on like my PvE stuff, but I kind of want to get back to a PvP team. Something which is going to kind of utilize Unohana, but I'm not going to put random characters in there. I'm going to use brand new characters in there as well. So that's something I am looking forward to using. Let's see. We're going to check out Holified Ichigo because he's going to be the Azure Dragon Sage leader. So let's check out that Zero. And then he does have an interesting rage because he's able to steal damage reduction rate and damage rate. So I don't see this being too crazy in PvE, but in PvP I think this is crazy when you think about like people who are utilizing that Unohana side strategy. Being able to steal 20% of that is going to be crazy. It's going to be pretty good. So that's something that I see him being pretty useful in PvP, especially for those people who are doing that. But regardless, even if you don't use her, you're still going to be able to get that damage rate increase, because you get that when you have 5-star damage reduction. You get that when you're at 6-star. So like this is my soy phone right now. She has 11% for both of them. That's for a 6-star character. So I think maybe like later on this might be something that might be pretty useful. But it says removes all buffs from an enemy column, which is really good. You're removing everything that they have. This, like I said, that's pretty interesting. Then deals damage to the enemy column, steals 20% of the target's damage reduction rate and damage rate for 2 rounds. Gains the hot shot effect. This ability has smash. So the hot shot is that the mastery skill proc chance of the next attack is 100%. Yeah, so it's gonna automatically proc a mastery skill, which is nice. And it says if the target's current HP is above 70%, the target takes 60% additional damage. So that is now that I've read that, I'm kind of wondering how this would maybe do in a boss setting, because bosses are going to have infinite amount of life, so they're going to be able to proc that smash continuously. Let's check out this mastery skill. Deals damage to a single target as bleed for 2 rounds. There's a 40% chance to reduce the target's rage by 200. And then the skill has a dual effect, so that's good, because the less targets are on the field, the more damage you do. And then for his passive skill, when Ichigo attacks characters whose HP is less than his own, damage rate is increased. So yeah, somewhat of a finisher there. In his passive, Omida might be a good war soul to put on him. And then it says that when the target's HP is more than his own, he regens some HP. For each Azure Dragon on the field, Ichigo's attack increases by 5% to a maximum of 15%. His damage rate is going to be increased by 11% right now at level 83. And then he's going to regen about 18% of that damage dealt. So this is interesting as well. It's a tough decision because none of them are like crazy good. It just seems like situational where you're gonna have to go with one. But honestly, I'm probably gonna go with one and go for the other one later on. And since right now my main focus is kind of having a White Tiger team, because they are something that I want to kind of go into, something so I don't have to worry about initiative. Maybe try something different, especially now that we know that there's going to be like a world championship thing going on with the arena where like you can play with all servers. So I want to be a little bit more creative with my teams. So I think White Tiger is going to be my way to go for one formation. Then I got to think of another formation that's going to be pretty good. So it's probably going to be Azure Dragon, White Tigers, and then Black Tortoises. But for White Tiger, I feel like I'm going to utilize Unohana in that one. I might in my Black Tortoise formation, but I'm not too sure because she's going to be able to heal at the same time, so I'm not sure. But yeah, that's going to be it for those characters. Awakened Weapon. It's kind of hard to see who I really want and who to tell you guys is going to be the best one. So honestly, just go where you got, guys. Go whoever you think you feel is going to be more useful for you, or who you plan on using, or if they're your favorite character, for sure go for your favorite character. And these are going to be the characters that are going to be included in the soul box. Not that it matters, because we're not going to get a lot of characters. It's going to be more items. So hopefully I can get a lot of essence, because I have been working on Halibel. She is somebody who I feel is going to be very useful. So let's dive right into it. We're going to do about, what is it, like 150 summons to get a weapon. Yeah, and then we're going to get a bunch of XP pots, so I'm going to probably use those on, I'm trying to think on who. Yeah, I've really been thinking that I would really rather have weapon fragments instead of character shards here, because you don't get that many anyway. And I just want to be able to get some of these weapons, man. It's just gonna be such a long grind. 480 is really not worth. It's really not worth it. 480 gacha tickets is an insane amount. They either need to lower that down, or I don't know. I would much rather have weapon fragments here, just because I would be able to get them. Like if I had the ability right now, I'd be able to pull Rose's weapon right there, 2 weapon frags for Yami, and then like what was that, 5 for Hanataro, 2 and 2 for Hachimashiro. I would rather have that, because then I'd be able to build up some of these weapon shards. Yeah, I would really rather have that, because then you'd be able to build them up. And if you're doing it from day one, if you're always getting at least 1 weapon, then you can at least slowly build up to getting one character's like weapon, or a bunch of weapon fragments, especially if you're starting from day 1, because yeah, it's just such a long grind. Like, I'm not free to play, but if I was free to play, like, I wonder how many, like, if for those of you guys who are free to play, like, how many weapons do you guys have that are awakened? Just out of curiosity, I'm wondering really, like, what do you guys have? Because I have almost all of them. Well, I have all of them. But for the UR characters, I don't have all of them. But I'm like really curious, like, what is your guys' thought process on like getting awakened weapons? Like, do you guys have to like really think about it? Like, I know when they did that discount shop with Urahara, like a bunch of us probably went to try to get. Damn, I did a lot of summons. Let me see how many I have. A bunch of us like went for that Kenpachi sword. I know I did. But I think I'm gonna go for Grimmjow on this one, because like I said, I am working on that white tiger formation. But yeah, I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys picked up that Kenpachi weapon because you were going to be able to get it with Jade, and it was like a crazy discount, especially that it was going on during like a rebate. It was like 7k, and then they had a rebate going on to it. Really was that like a 5k. It was a steal. They need to do that again, because it was a steal to get that weapon. It cost like 75. I want to say like 7.5k, right? And then with the rebate, yeah, it took off like almost, what is it like? Because you get 600 for every 2, so it took off what, almost 2k off. It was a steal. That was a no-brainer to get. I'm trying to think how many I need. All right, I need 3 more, and then I'm gonna save. I did buy some UR weapon fragments, so whenever I'm able to unlock one of these characters, that's when I'll go for that, because yeah, I do want to get Zalaporo. Like I said, he does look interesting, and that is something that we are going to look into, because Zalaporo is more than likely going to be the next character for the I think I'm going to stop. Yeah, I'm going to stop right there. Yeah, Zalaporo is going to be the next character for the summon, so I'm wondering how that. Damn, I already got the 50. No, that's something else. Yeah, I already had the 50. How did I already get the 50? No, I don't need 150 multi summons anymore. That's insane. Okay, well, I already got the weapon, which is nice. And then I'm gonna go with Grimmjow on this one, because like I said, I want to go with the white tiger in this one. I'm gonna get Ichigo whenever I do summon him in that UR thing. Wait. Ah, shit, that's something else. That's totally something different. Whatever. Well, let's get Grimmjow up to level 5. To 5-star then. Let's see where he at right now. Got 50 shards for him. About 100. That's a little much. That's a little much. I thought it was... Are they... yeah, it's a lot. That's a lot of... I don't know why I thought it was... Yeah, it's gonna... Nah, I'm gonna wait a little bit. To get that... To get them up there. Weapon fragments, yeah, I'm short on 1, so I need to summon about 149, so I'm gonna stop right now. The rest I'm just gonna do on single summons. And then, like I said, I'm gonna go with Grimmjow on this one. Yeah, so I'm gonna go on Grimmjow on this one. You know what? Let's go on in on Grimmjow. Might as well go all in on him. Yeah, so I'm gonna go. Let's go back to the soul box. So just free summon. Oh, because this is gonna give me what, 1 and 1. Yeah, it's gonna give me exactly what I need. So I'll get that during my single summon. So I'm gonna get the weapon for sure, and then I'm gonna upgrade. Yeah, I'm gonna upgrade him when I do get that chance. But let's check over Zalaporo because he does look pretty interesting. Like I said, guys, he is somebody who I am definitely thinking about summoning to 4 stars because of his kit. So he is a Vermilion Bird, so that he's gonna be able to regen that rage whenever he does do a basic attack. For his combo, deals damage to a single target plus 18% of the health the enemy has already lost in additional damage. So this is crazy, because it almost seems like a poison effect, where poison, like Gin's poison, where he does more damage as you do more damage onto that person. That damage take is going to be bigger. You guys seen it in my videos. If you guys seen my videos, you've seen it in those Eyes and Boss events where Gin will proc that poison at like the third poison will hit for like 20 mil when he chain procs his rage. So this is something interesting. I like this mastery skill, and I'm wondering how it's going to work. It does have a disorient effect, which is I'm not really too crazy about. I don't really care about it. But this rage skill is something that I'm really wondering how it's going to play in boss PvE. Deals damage to all enemies and poison all targets. For each stack of dot effects on the enemy targets, enemies will take 2% increased damage for 1 round to a maximum of 12%. So that is something that I'm wondering how this is gonna do. He looks like this thing looks really good because you're gonna be able to proc an extra 12% damage. So if I'm able to proc an extra 12% damage on top of all the other buffs that I'm gonna do, this is something that I'm really wondering how it's gonna affect PvE boss events. It says after the weapon awakened, damage is greatly increased, and then Zalaporo regens 35% of his missing HP, and up to 4 buff effects are dispelled from each enemy. So you're going to be able to reduce some buffs on boss or even enemies. So that's something that I'm really looking forward to using him. When he does come out, for me, I do hope that Aizen comes out at the same time, because I am going to try him out. He looks like somebody that's going to be extremely useful. And then let's check out his passive. When Zalaporo receives damage that would be fatal for the first time, he immediately recovers 500 rage and regens 60% of his total HP, which is pretty nice. In addition, Zalaporo's damage reduction rate is increased for 2 rounds, and there is a chance to proc poison to all enemies for 2 rounds. This is at the end of the round. Causes damage based on the amount of HP already lost. Damage reduction rate increased by 50%, which is crazy. So he even looks like he can kind of use him in PvP. So he's interesting. I really do want to get him the 4-star. He's for sure going to be a character I'm going to get the 4-star. His rage looks interesting. Being able to do an extra 12% damage, like that possibility is going to be crazy. You know, Nell's going to be able to stack 2 dots, so she's really making up for 2 characters right there. And then we have what I'm going to be using, like a whole bunch of dot builds. So this looks really good. I can't wait for him to come out. But yeah, guys, that's going to be it for today's summoning video. I am going to probably do another video showcasing my white tiger formation when I do have it ready, because I already have the characters that I want to put into it. And yeah, I already have the characters. I think I'm working on the War Souls. Characters is something that I got to work on. And then I'll probably try this out in Kenpachi's contest. That's probably going to be the best place to try it out, because it's going to be somewhat like fair, I guess. Or not fair. I'm not going to... Because in my server right now, I have the most initiative. So that is something that... She is somebody who I'm working on. As you guys can see, she's orange +5. So by the end of the week, I will get her to red. Then I got to start working on the rest of her armor pieces and stuff. But she does look really interesting. I can't wait to try her out. But yeah, that's going to be it for the video. If you guys have any comments, questions, please drop them in the comment section down below. And as always, guys, have a good one.